Get out of Lebanon now. That's the message for Americans in Beirut as fears mount that war is coming. The UK, France, and Italy have also issued similar statements for their citizens.
In its message, the U.S. Embassy told Americans in Lebanon to book a flight, any flight, as soon as possible while flights are still available. Kuwait Airlines is the latest to announce suspension of flights from Beirut. For those who can't or won't leave, there's a sense of helplessness.
In the event of a war, we are unable to do anything. But we hope that it won't happen because this time it will be a catastrophe. The country is suffering. The country is bankrupt. It's struggling to stay afloat. It is asking the West for aid and donations, and even with that, it is barely able to survive. So if war erupts, it's very problematic.
Jordan's foreign minister made a rare trip to Iran as part of diplomatic efforts as the United States and its Arab allies tried to prevent a wider war after the back-to-back killings of a senior Hezbollah commander and Hamas's political leader last week. Hamas and Iran have both accused Israel of carrying out the assassinations and have pledged to retaliate. Israel has neither claimed nor denied responsibility for the deaths.
The United States has been extremely clear, both publicly and privately, about how urgent we think it is that this ceasefire and hostage deal be established. Nothing that's taken place over the last week or two has changed that sense of urgency.
On Sunday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu blamed Hamas for a long stalled deal to end the war in Gaza, saying that while Israel has agreed to the initial outline of a deal, Hamas continues to demand more changes.
While
we have not added a single demand to the outline, Hamas is the one demanding to include tens of changes. It has not backed down from its demand that Israel cannot return to war. It demands from us to withdraw from the Philadelphia corridor and the Rafah crossing. It's a lifeline that will allow it to rearm and again grow stronger.
We are putting as much pressure as we can and working to facilitate as much as possible with all sides to try to get this deal established, because we think that is fundamentally good for Israel, good for its security, certainly good for the Palestinians who live in Gaza, and good for the region to try to turn the temperature down on this entire situation.
Cross-border fire between Israel and Hamas continued on Sunday, the health ministry stating that at least 25 people were killed and 19 others injured when Israel struck two schools in Gaza City. Earlier in the day, Israeli strikes killed at least 18 people after hitting a tent camp for thousands of displaced Palestinians. Another strike flattened a house in northern Gaza, killing at least 8.
The state of Israel is in a multi-arena war against Iran's axis of evil. We are striking hard at any of its arms. We're prepared for any scenario, both on the defense and the offense. I tell our enemies again, we will react and exact a heavy price for any act of hostility towards us from any arena.
Israel's military, which regularly accuses Palestinian militants of sheltering in civilian areas, said it's only hitting Hamas command centers. Brandon Rose, City News.